The legacy name just got hit with the kind of headlines no athlete ever wants attached to their future. Because this week, during what should have been a quiet bye weekend for Alabama football, Dre Kirkpatrick Jr., the son of an Alabama legend, found himself inside Tuscaloosa County Jail instead of inside the film room. And the charges listed next to his name are the type that instantly shift conversations from potential to what happened behind the wheel. But this is just where the story begins. And here's where things get even more wild. Because the actual charges listed next to his name are serious, not minor citations. Not some basic warning. According to Tuscaloosa County Jail records, Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. was hit with 3 counts of reckless endangerment, 1 count of attempting to elude, and speeding. 3 reckless endangerment counts means authorities believe more than one person was put at risk by whatever was happening. Attempting to elude? That's the kind of charge that suggests someone tried to avoid police either by refusing to stop or by fleeing from an officer. This wasn't a seatbelt violation. This wasn't a light technicality. These are the type of charges that instantly trigger headlines, especially when the person involved carries a legacy name. But here's the part that stunned a lot of fans online. He was released in under 60 minutes. He was booked into the Tuscaloosa County Jail at noon. And before 1 p.m., he was already walking back out after posting just $1,500 bond. 1 hour, that fast. No narrative. No timeline. No play-by-play breakdown of what caused all 3 reckless endangerment counts. Just charges, a timestamp, and a release. And that is what set off the first wave of questions across the Alabama fanbase. What exactly happened behind the wheel that morning, and why did it wrap so fast? And this is where things start becoming even murkier, because the details behind the arrest are still missing. Right now, nobody knows the full story. Police haven't released a narrative of what led to the stop. There's no dash cam timeline, no officer statement, no eyewitness rundown, just a list of charges and a timestamp. The investigation is being handled directly by University of Alabama police, not county deputies, which makes it even tighter. Reporters tried calling for clarity. UA officials were contacted for specifics. And every attempt so far has been met with the exact same line, "We're still gathering information." So fans are left staring at 4 charges, a 1-hour jail window, and 0 explanation of what actually happened on that road. No chase footage confirmed. No official description. No confirmed sequence of events. Just a legacy name and a silence that's fueling even more speculation. And THIS is where the football side collides with reality. Because Alabama didn't wait for the investigation to finish. Head coach Kalen DeBoer moved instantly and announced that Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. is indefinitely suspended from the program. No waiting for court dates. No internal hearing first. His quote made it clear. This isn't a small slap on the wrist. He understands that there are consequences that come with his actions, and that one sentence says a lot more than it looks. Because DeBoer is still early in his era at Alabama. He's replacing a dynasty. He's replacing a culture Saban built brick by brick. And every head coach in this position always gets tested fast. Everyone wants to see if the new guy bends, or if he draws a line. This is his line. Indefinite suspension means this isn't just a team rules violation. It's DeBoer planting a flag and sending a message to the entire locker room. Legacy doesn't protect you. Reputation doesn't protect you. The name on the back doesn't override the standard. And this is where the football side of this situation suddenly gets way heavier. Because Kirkpatrick Jr. wasn't a scout team ghost. He was playing real snaps this season. He has 9 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass breakup, and a forced fumble. Those aren't empty numbers. Those are real defensive contributions. Coaches were slowly giving him more situational looks, especially in packages where speed mattered. Insiders say this was supposed to be his development year. The year he quietly learned the system and then exploded next season. Now all of that momentum just froze. And losing him impacts depth right now when it matters most. Alabama didn't just lose a backup DB. They lost a rotation piece during the stretch where depth gets stressed the hardest. And this is where the legacy factor comes crashing back into the conversation. Because this last name doesn't walk into Alabama quietly. It walks in with trophies attached to it. His father, Dre Kirkpatrick Jr., wasn't just another DB. He was part of 2 national championships under Nick Saban. He was a first-round NFL draft pick in 2012. He played for the Bengals, Cardinals, 49ers. He's one of the faces of the Saban era. And Jr. wasn't just some random recruit either. He was Saban's first ever legacy commit. The storyline was supposed to be poetic. The son continues the dynasty his father helped build. But instead, his first major national headline isn't a game-winning interception. It isn't a breakout moment on national TV. It's an arrest report. One man built credibility for a decade. The other now has to fight perception from day one again. And this is where the online chatter starts getting even louder. Because the moment this hit social media, the conversation instantly split. Some fans say this is just a young player making a dumb decision. Others say this is exactly the type of test every new head coach faces. The moment where the culture either hardens or cracks. And then there are the ones online connecting dots that might not even exist. Yet claiming this could impact future legacy recruits. Claiming this could change how big-name families view stability at Alabama. And remember, this is all speculation. There is still no confirmed narrative of what actually happened behind that wheel. Until police release a detailed report. Until the timeline becomes public, everything is noise. But one thing isn't noise. Kirkpatrick Jr.'s football momentum just hit a wall. He went from rising rotational DB to indefinitely suspended in one bye-week afternoon. And that is the brutal piece of this story. Sometimes the thing that changes your career isn't a play you make, it's a moment away from the field. Because this is the brutal side of sports nobody talks about. Until it hits somebody with a famous last name, legacy is a door that opens fast. But it also slams shut twice as loud. A kid can grind for years to make his own identity. He can lift, run, study, wait his turn. And then one decision, one moment. One wrong choice on a Saturday afternoon can flip his entire public file overnight. In 24 hours, Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. went from the next man up in Alabama's secondary to the suspended legacy with unanswered questions. That's how fast perception moves in the SEC. It doesn't care about potential. It doesn't care about bloodline. It doesn't care about who your father was. It cares about right now. And right now, the only thing louder than his last name is the silence around what actually happened. This is the pressure of legacy. You get the spotlight before you're ready for it. But you also take the hit before you're old enough to defend yourself. Now the question becomes, Can he rebuild his name? Or does this moment become the thing that follows him longer than any highlight ever will?